Good afternoon. We are here, and once again it is our great pleasure to be in your reality. How is the audio? Is it fine? Everyone can hear us? All right. Let's get the logistics over with here. We are broadcasting live from the Priory School here in Shrewsbury, England. And we are quite excited about the opportunity to stir the air here in the consciousness of this part of the world. We thank you all for journeying from far and wide to come to participate in this weekend's event. So, we will proceed. It is early September 2008, and as you learned this morning, nothing is as it appears to be. Of course, we've been saying that for years, and we are not just talking about conspiracies or things that are hidden away. Even your beliefs and your projections and your ideas about reality are really, let's say, do not encompass the larger picture of what is unfolding. Our vehicle gave you, let's say, an A+ discussion this early afternoon about an overview of what you are dealing with, about the nuances of beliefs and the power of emotions and the collective consciousness. And of course, the times in which you live are characterized by a spiritual awakening across the board in humanity. And spiritual does not necessarily mean the same to everyone. It's not as if you are all going to end up on the same page, but what you are going to realize collectively as a people is that you live again and again, that there is a spirit that enlivens the body, and that spirit comes in, and you have that life force with you, you live your life to its fullest, and when the time comes, the spirit vacates the body, what you call death. This is part of the cycle of nature. This is part of the nature of living on earth. Granted, as our vehicle said, the historical record shows notations that people lived much longer than the lifespan that you enjoy. And there have been many different types of approaches to existence. Sometimes you think, well, everything is the same across time. To be a human now is no different than to be a human 1,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. And it is not the case. The human body is absolutely a marvelous thing. And when your spirit enlivens it, that spirit has an opportunity to use the body in a variety, unlimited, endless variety of potentials of experience and perception. And you can come to earth and get lost here in the carnal aspect of life, in the material aspect of life. You can come here and get lost in the spiritual worlds and never fully live in the material world. So, the job is to be spread evenly, to be in balance with all aspects of life. And overall, you are here to enjoy yourselves. You are here to contribute to some victories on your bloodline, to accomplish things, to give back to society, and to have a good time. And to have a good time without creating harm to yourself or to anyone else. This is part of why you incarnate into a physical body. Now, the parameters of your particular existence are qualified, characterized by this spiritual awakening. In order to awaken a people that are deeply asleep, sometimes dramatic events are brewed or agreed upon. And indeed, over the last 20 years, there have been a number of events that have changed the course of people's thinking, changed their belief systems, and that is not complete by any means. The next, say, 4 years from now through 2012 will be full of surprises. It will be full of life-adjusting events, and everyone will, let's say, downsize their imprint on the world from one level to another. For those who are unaware, the next number of years and beyond can be extraordinarily challenging. For those who are aware, it means that you understand there are influences upon your lives, and if you offer respect and awareness of those influences and yet maintain your free will during the process, in other words, in any moment you have the power to make a choice. That choice will, let's say, set you on a certain path or not. So awareness, gratitude, these are things that offer, let's say, great shelter in the times ahead. They will strengthen your energetic field. Do not take on fear. There's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing. Even if the big old planet X were to park real close to your planet, we say to you, do not be afraid. We refer to the planet X because it was a question that came up in the discussion that our vehicle was conducting earlier. We can go into some of the projections and understanding of that subject in a bit. But for now, we advise you, please, to be calm, be fully present and mindful in your body. Be very selective about your experiences. This is not a time to willy-nilly make big impulsive changes in your life. It is a time to be practical, to be grounded, to think ahead. It's a time to understand the implications of your decisions. And if you are uncertain about a major decision in life, then set it up into the dream state. And before you fall to sleep, say to yourself, I want to dream about this so that when I awake, I have a clearer picture about what would be the best way for me to proceed. You notice we didn't say what I should do. There are no shoulds. There are only choices. And you have responsibility for these choices. And we'll also say that with clear thinking and good intentions, clear intentions, you can produce positive outcomes. So be aware that even though things may feel like they're closing in and the dominoes continue to fall in the world structure, in some way, this is a mass agreement. You can say the global elite, the Illuminatis, or whoever you want to say, orchestrating all sorts of difficulties, and indeed they are. They are, because they understand there is a spiritual awakening that is transpiring. No one is going to stop this awakening, and no one can really control it. It is beyond the ability of technology. But in the meantime, you still have to battle with the effects of technology and battle with the effects of, let's say, a gridlocking civilization. Sometimes when things fall apart, when they are dissolved, when they no longer exist as they did, there is confusion. But there's also sometimes freedom to restructure thinking, society, beliefs, daily activity. So look at the times ahead as holding opportunity for spiritual growth and transformation for the entire planet. And it is not your job to save everyone. It's not our job either. We are here to speak to you across the annals of time and space as an echo to remind you that you are more than you believe. To remind you that your planet has an old and ancient history, if anything is old and ancient, connected to our star system, the Pleiades. Many, many cultures around the planet have a belief that their ancestors have come from our star system. And of course, this is the truth, lost way back into the antiquities of time.